Hey guys, it's Mel. I hope it looks like my audio is off, and I hope not because that's going to be super annoying to watch this. But if it is, I'm not good with editing. I never edit actually any of my videos, so kind of what you see is what you get. So if my voice is off, just don't watch the video but listen if you're interested in what I'm getting ready to talk about. I thought today we could talk about, and things are just easier for me to just do videos on it versus typing and doing all that. And I'll start off by saying, anybody that I've talked about, I don't have a problem adding you to the Scrapyard. What the Scrapyard is, for those of you who didn't see another video, is it's a place to buy and sell, and also I think there's also a section for Scrapyard projects. And I don't mind adding you. The only thing I ask is to make it easier for me is friend request me first, because then I can just type in your name and it kind of comes up as I get a chance. But everybody keeps asking, and it's hard for me to like keep typing it over and over again, so I'll kind of refer you back to a video that I did on it and that explains. And I really don't want to post out there my my full name too many times in comments, so that way hopefully it just attracts only craft related people and to friend request me, which I'm never really on Facebook besides being on the Scrapyard, so it's not that big a deal to me. But anyway, so just refer back to the video. But this video I thought we could talk about because I have a lot of my subbies that I newly put on to Scrapyard. You might not be a new subby, but you're new to being on the Scrapyard, and it is very confusing. And I just thought I'd do a video that could maybe help. I'm going to start with a disclaimer by saying that I'm no expert. I could even be wrong on maybe something I'm saying, but this is just the gist that I got from this, and I hope these things help you, because these were things I didn't know when I first got put onto it. So anyway, I wrote down a little list of things maybe we could go over, and I want to say hi to Matt. I won't say your last name, but you know who you are. I newly added you to Scrapyard, and I am very excited to say I have a male crafter friend. So anyway, I hope this helps you, Matt, and anybody else who may have questions, of just the basics on the Scrapyard. So like I said, I don't know everything, but I'm going to try to help you with what I can. So basically you go on there, and these are some very important things to know so you kind of don't get like yelled at by some people on there. It's a lot of women, and everybody knows what could happen with women, but for the most part I've had nothing but good experiences. So with that being said, there actually is a part that you can click at the top, I think, and it says like Scrapyard rules or something like that. I kind of didn't read them all. I breezed through it like I do with most things, instructions, whatever. I'm not very by the books, but I would advise you guys to probably read the instructions, but I just feel bad telling you to do it, and I didn't do it. But I just kind of learned on my own. So that might help you, but first I want to talk about if you're going to sell things. If you're going to sell items on the Scrapyard, there's just a couple things you need to know. Probably like the basics. The basics being that the way it goes and everything moves super, super quick, so you kind of have to be quick on it and jump on something if you're interested. A lot of people have specific rules, so you may, to have the best chance of getting the item that you see, first of all, you have to be the very first person to comment on it and put that you're interested, and add your PayPal email. So your PayPal email, so if you see something you like, you should put "me please," and then put what your email is, and then sometimes they ask your zip code for shipping. Or you could put "interested" depending on shipping, or might be interested, need to know the price, because sometimes people don't get a chance to write the price on there yet before you see it, but you want to be the first one to put it in there. Then technically they're supposed to go down that list and go in order from who was the first one to comment. So say Sally, say your name's Sally. Say you, Sally, put, Sally wants this, here's my email, and then Maria goes after you. Technically that seller should not jump to Maria, even if she, like, say, gave cash. Well, usually that doesn't happen, but say she offered her more money or something like that. They have to go in line and make sure you're not interested, and that does happen, which leads me to another thing. If you see something that you like and somebody already, somewhat claimed it and put me please or what's the shipping or something, you can put in line or next in line or something along those lines. And believe me, you might think there's 2 or 3 people above, ahead of you that already, I have no chance. You do have a chance, because one time there was like 4 people or something in line for something that I was interested in, and I just put next in line if, the others ahead pass, because sometimes people pass on it. They might pass on it for different reasons. They might not like the shipping costs. They might realize they don't need it. For various reasons. Or it could just be that, they can't afford it. You kind of jump the way you think to do is to jump on, these items on here. And then they might say, oh, my wallet can't, whatever. So I encourage you, if you see something you like and somebody already, now don't jump in line. I'm not telling you jump in line of somebody. I'm just putting put next in line and not put your name up there in the list. And there's a chance you might get it, so I would try that. Everything is pretty much run through PayPal. PayPal is like the safe way to pay on here. And it's kind of annoying, all the fees that they charge you on there, and sometimes you have to factor that into when you're selling. But what I will tell you, it protects you. If you order something and it doesn't get to you, or the shipper never the shipper never shipped it, then you can file a claim with PayPal, and 9 times out of 10 they'll refund your money. They'll, because that's their job. That's what the service you're paying PayPal for. It's basically protection. So you just have to file a claim within 45 days. So you want to give your seller enough time to ship it to you, but you don't want to wait too long that it's out of claim time. So that's another important thing. Also, I just want to address this, and these can be all your own preferences. If you want to do something different, feel free. These are just tips that I want to try to help you guys. Another thing is, sometimes as a seller, you'll get people contact you and say, I'm interested in this, but I don't get paid till Friday, or I don't get paid till 10 years from now, or whatever the case may be. I don't want to tell you not to, because me personally, I hold stuff for people. I haven't really gotten burnt yet. And I know that there's a possibility I could, but so far everybody that has asked me to hold things, and I'd say about 8 people have done what they said they were going to do, and paid it the day that they said they were, or at least if they weren't, they'd keep in contact with me and say, hey, something came up, but I still want to get these. Can you hold them till this day when my paycheck comes? Whatever the case may be. I do it. You don't have to do it, though. As a seller, you have that right. You could say, well, I'd really rather get rid of these things the sooner than later. Sooner than later, I don't want to be waiting, because you could get burnt. You could sit there and hold it, and then people are interested, and you could pass by those people because you're holding it for them, and then they might never pay or change their mind or whatever the case may be. I personally do hold things for people because I know, you might not have the money at the time, and I pretty much take their word. And like I said, everybody has been really good with that. But, that's your personal choice. So I just wanted to talk about that. Shipping. If you're going to be shipping things on Scrapyard, again, I'm going to tell you not to do something, but these are all things I do. I don't have a postage scale. In fact, I do have a scale that my husband has he's real into his healthy eating and things. So he actually has a scale that I could use that does ounces. But I just package everything up the old-fashioned way and take it to the post office. Yes, it's a pain in the butt, but this is what you do if you're trying to make a little extra money on the side or whatever selling your items. So what I was going to tell you not to do, but again, I do this, so I want to be honest, is don't just estimate on your shipping, because you could end up screwing yourself over, especially in something heavy. I've been utilizing the flat rate shipping, the heck out of the flat rate shipping, because it really ends up being cheaper. But those are all options. You could take it to the post office and say, is this with this weight, and all you need is the zip code. With this weight to ship to here, is it cheaper first class or this or whatever? So that's another thing to factor in. So what I was basically saying is, don't try not to estimate on shipping or guess what it would be, because then you don't want to end up, paying so much out of your pocket for this that you're not really making money on the item. So that's another tip that I would have. But again, I do it. But I must be pretty good, because I kind of guess at what, and it's always pretty close. I might end up paying some towards it, but not much. You kind of can gauge what's heavier, and I try to ship light things, and some stuff that's too heavy, like punches can be really heavy, like the Martha Stewart punches and things like that. So a lot of times they go flat rate, but just factor that into your cost. I'm going to stop this video here and do a part 2 because I don't want this to take forever to load. So stay tuned for part 2 if you need more scrapyard tips. Bye.